Welcome back to T Junction and Shop the West End and Summer in the West End. I'm your host, Tracy McLean Lowe. And well, I've been out and around the city this past weekend. Thought it was going to rain all weekend, dressed for rain, only to have the sun come out and shine on moi. And we were down at Nathan Phillips Square for a short period of time. The fountains, honestly, if I'd been in better wear, swimming might have been an option. But there you go. It is summer and it's a wonderful weekend. What do we have in the local news? Quickly, quickly, quickly. In the local news, we have, of course, our new mayor, Olivia Chow. Congratulations, Ms. Chow. Good luck. We're all going to need some good luck into the future here, especially getting our Eglinton light rail up and running. But there you go. That's another story. But put that one first on your list. We're coming to the end of June, and it has been our National Indigenous Peoples Month. We've been celebrating across the city and around the country. And it's kind of poignant, that this ends and at this particular time, and this weekend we're coming up to Canada Day 2023, and I have a dog wrapped around my mouth at the moment. Sorry, pardon about that. Nonetheless, we have Canada Day coming up this weekend. There's going to be lots of celebrations and fireworks. And talking of dogs, please keep your dogs and cats indoors this weekend. The fireworks are going to be really, really scary for them anyway, despite the fact that we want to party on down with them. So that is the local news as far as that goes. Now, I say local news. I'll talk about what's going to happen, some of the things over this next week, over this weekend up locally here in Oakwood Village. But just recently, I saw posted on Facebook, somebody had put a new patio onto their restaurant up on near Young, I think, somewhere. It could have been North York, I believe. And it's a new patio. And the thing about patios and summers and us living in a country where rain happens, we get rain in the morning, we have sunny afternoons, beautiful evenings, and rain by midnight again. So that can be our summer day and evening. So patios do have to be sort of like proactive with regards to the weather and making sure that patios are well covered. We have a lot of stunning ones that are beautiful and open, like this one downtown. It's new. It's actually an old parking lot that they've turned into a huge, huge patio, and they're holding festivals and stuff down there as well. So there is that during this weekend and through the summer. But it's about what you do. It's about where you are. This is kind of like Central. They've made it a big meeting point. So it's supposed to look as it does. And at nighttime, everything looks wonderful and colorful with the lights on. And if you do get a bit of a drizzle, you're kind of like prepared to put up with it more in the evening. But this is a big crowded space. I think it's also a case of find your food and sit down at a table that's empty at that particular one. It's not the same as a patio experience when you are, well, likes of this. I think they're in a coffee shop eatery afternoon. Now, this is what I'd call a laneway. It's between two buildings. So it's off the street. There's still place to walk. If it was a throughway and it was wide enough, you could probably add bicycles and stuff to this. And they do that a lot in places like Amsterdam and in Europe, to give that whole cafe culture. Unless you've actually got a total walkway where nobody else is going, you can't really have cafe culture in the middle of your streets. And that only really works when you're in Venice on the islands, where there are no cars. Well, there is one island that's got cars, but at the same time, they survive on boats getting everywhere and delivering things. So they don't have to worry about things like that. Now, we have other patios locally that are more makeshift, especially for the summers, everybody out. Now, they can also put umbrellas up, but they are really close to the road. And, it really is nice to eat outside, but you'd never really want to be too close to the road, eating too fancier foods. So it depends on your customers' evenings, what they're expecting, who else they're with. If you've got a generational mix of people, you might want to find that your older generation wants to sit inside in case the temperature gets inclement in a heartbeat, as it does. You've also got, I mean, these ones are great at any particular time as well. But again, they're right on the road. And often is the case is people, if your patio is too close to the road or not obscured from the road, customers don't necessarily want to eat right in that particular space. Now I know down on Young Street at certain areas, they're making certain points of various weekends walking areas. So this makes it a lot easier for bicycles and people to walk by, and they don't have to stick to the pavement. They can then walk in the road because it's not got cars in it for that day. But again, this has to be practically done because there's businesses here that are expecting deliveries. We have small laneways, not big trucks and stuff can't always get to these different places. So these poor little cafes and restaurants that want to put out their patios like this are limited to the time around that, and everybody kind of like has to work in together. If you've had it specially constructed, does it blend in well with your interior, or does it look like it sticks out like a sore thumb? Have you got lights outside? Is there any possible heating? Is there cover? I mean, like I've said in a previous episode, I like awnings over and over pavements and stuff to give a small eating area outside are wonderful things to have. But again, people are not going to sit out there in the pouring rain. So, you really kind of like need something that is more of a fixture, which you can do on a wide pavement, which you can then close off with some kind of screening, plants. You'd have your rooftop over it, but they're right out there. They're right out feeling, it encompasses the outdoor, but it's also it's like your home. You want the indoors, outdoors, and the outdoors in kind of thing. So you have to blend the two together. If they don't blend well, people are going to feel like they're stuck out there and only going to be forgotten. And you also need to dedicate wait staff for that particular area so that they're not left out. And have your till area so that it's compact, but it's at a point where everybody meets together to go in and to go out of both, and to sit inside or outside, and make it look pretty. It's summer, so there should be plants, there should be light. Put music out loud on the patio so that people can hear it walking by and they want to stop it. Well, not so loud that they can't talk, but there you go. And so that's my advice for restaurant owners and patio owners. Bear in mind, we can't all have the same thing, and we all want to do this in the summer, but sometimes it's nice to sit inside too. Have you got also, if you don't have a patio, but you've got an outside rear entrance that can be used for a patio area, use that as your patio area. Make that the pretty space. Advertise out front that you have a patio out back. Of course, you'd have to get your permits and stuff. I'm not quite sure what permits you need, but double check it out. There is also, you might want to have a look, is on the Toronto City Council site. They actually give good advice for patio season for anybody wanting one, and for other business advice, how to attract people to your restaurant or your business. You don't need huge, expensive consultants to help you to do this. The advice is readily available through the city online. So use it. Google is a wonderful thing, and sometimes so is our city municipality online. Locally, we've had a new business open up. Now, they're a little coffee shop and bakery, and I was a little disappointed that they said knock, and I did knock to see if I could come inside and take some photographs. I think they're pretty new. We only saw them while we were doing the walk around town, and we were up past the fire station on Oakwood Avenue between Vaughan and Eglinton, going so like just past the beer store and fire on your right, and just going north, and Dadyles, La Pattiserie is up there. There's a small, it's actually a small block of flats actually, and this is underneath. So those people are quite spoiled down there, because the patisseries through the window did look very enticing. And the way they've done their picture, I was really enamored by their picture. They've got in one of their windows, the posters. It looks inviting enough to sort of like eat straight off the window. And that's another point for retailers in the area. If you don't have window dress, visual displays, or you aren't able to put visual displays into your windows, try and find something that is colorful and bright and actually depicts what you've got in store to use to poster up some of your windows. Number one, yes, they do provide a level of security for that nobody can see inside. But at the same time, you don't want to block all your windows like this because it just looks dull. If your windows are plastered with random posters and stuff, but nothing in particular, people will walk on by. If you have no window displays of any sort, people will walk on by. So you have to make your outside as attractive and interesting as your inside. And your outside cannot be more attractive and interesting than your inside, because people will just say, well, it looks pretty on the outside, but lipstick only goes so far. This is a very cute little place. I'm hoping to go up there again in the course of the next week. Go and get me some coffee and sweets. I might need to phone them. I don't seem to be able to find them online at the moment. That might be because they are really, really new. I don't think they've been here that long and probably haven't quite figured out best hours to work. Although saying that, it's right by the bus stop. It's very close to the station, the new one that's opening up. So better that, hurry up. Business coming down. And they've got a nice little area where they could put a few little seats and tables for people to enjoy the sunshine during the summer, because that could be fun too. It'll also make the outside look very pretty and attractive and invite more people in. So that's my advice to them and to everybody. And what have we got? Oh, yes, and up in Jamaica Town this weekend, we have our new farmers market that's taking place up there near 1531 Eglinton Avenue West, between 11 a.m. and 3 p.m. Those are weekends, July 2nd, so every weekend right through until September 24th. So that's good for us. Good food all around. I think they might be scripting one weekend in July, but there you have it. So there is that. And then also through July, up at Eglinton Avenue West, come rain or shine, there's going to be some Caribbean food festivals. So yeah, I'm definitely going to have to get up there for that. Let's hope we can have some sunny sunshine and the farmers market, and that we will all continue to have a wonderful summer in the West End. Yeah. And please like and subscribe. I'm Tracy McLean Lowe, your girl around about town. And I hope to see you soon. Thank you very much, and goodbye.